with his bit personality.
Okay then. Ventral. Let's add a handout. So, starting with Billy. Billy has been getting to know people, probably, or trying to, in less social circles, such as it is over there. And actually, I think both of these fuckers do technically have Elysium regular, so they generally have been trying to meet other vampires, both Gretchen and Billy. It's just that for most of the time there wasn't an actual proper Elysium, and arguably, from their point of view, there still isn't.
Yeah.
So, since Billy is new, or relatively so, I'm thinking 10.
Yeah, he'd be probably doing background stuff.
Yeah, mostly that.
Yeah.
He's probably been trying to gather information, honestly. Probably among the kindred, so we're gonna say a 4 dot of politics.
That seems reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
And, what else? Well, can't up his dominate. But he's a presence dude anyway. Let's go with a 3rd dot of expression. That makes sense for a yapper. And then we have Gretchen, who's still technically in her neonate stuff.
I'm thinking she gets 10 XP as well. She's been doing shit.
She helped Bacon, so she gets like 15.
Yeah,
She's
15
been doing a lot. So at least 15, I would say.
Yeah, 15.
Given, I'm honestly leaning towards 20 because that frenzied breaking into the police station effectively and trying to rescue that cunt.
Oh yeah, that
Wait,
one.
I don't remember that. What was this?
He summoned her with like 5 successes using presence and she was just coming for him. It was right at the end.
20 XP.
We're gonna, yeah. This puts her up to 70, so from this point onwards, we're gonna consider her in the Ancilla bracket. We're gonna say that this was her graduation, essentially.
God bless the graduation then.
Congratulations, young Zero. You get to enter Ancilli, and the police are after you.
In terms of XP, I think most of it should go social more.
I'm thinking a dot of perception and a dot of empathy to start off, so that's 6, leaving her with 15. I think her first dot of alertness as well, because she might have learned a thing there.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was presence 3 for the role?
I think it was something leadership.
Charisma or appearance leadership. I guess. I'm thinking she might have upped her presence. Because she probably had to go less dominate heavy at some point.
Yeah, she's much more for presence than dominate. At least that's how I see her.
Not really. She's just really good at talking to people, is the thing. She's fucking monster socially.
Oh yeah,
it's
level
just...
3 was entrancement, appearance empathy.
Yeah, she's fucking amazing at both of those, honestly, for the roles.
I'd say entrancement.
Yeah, I already upped it, so that leaves her with 2 XP. That gets saved for a rainy day, I would say.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the favorite people.
Okay, well, I think for both of them, I think Gretchen, given how Bacon fucked her by not confirming the Ventral's rights for the city, Gretchen wants to consolidate clan power, preferably with her, not Alan, in charge.
I like this.
Wouldn't she want more ventures within the city, since there's like a lack of number of them?
There are 4 currently, and one of them was the prince, so it wasn't really a big problem until he fucked it all up. Another thing, actually, Bacon, you here?
Probably
Something that you might want to know before you decide for sure that you're giving the prince, before you know for sure that you're giving the princedom away, is that you have that Zimitsi clan enmity. You might not survive without a destiny point and a princedom to protect you. They will come for you.
Oh yeah, they want to kill me.
Really badly.
Yeah, really
Don't
badly.
die on us. We need you. Oh wait, we don't.
Fucking, look who's fucking talking!
Oh,
we got Alan.
they can see what happens.
Okay, now I see who needs to die with me.
Yeah.
With me.
Take the whole elders with you.
You
He's
might
invested.
be able to survive with Andy in charge if, and here's the fun part, if everyone knows that you're still really in charge. But honestly, that's why part of why I'm so against you stepping down, because your common sense would say that it's a shit move. Temporarily fucking off while the quote-unquote the horrible mental scars of the horrible Sabbat assault wear off, and let your central be in charge in a temporary fashion, is a better move in my opinion.
Yeah.
That being said, they might just take the princedom from you, but you really should try and hold on to it.
Yeah. Not having that is kind of bad.
Yeah.
You can't, and you don't necessarily need to take over yet, because the Archon was very careful to do this in private. So neither side is committed to a takeover, you've just been told that it's an option. Bacon doesn't have a destiny point anymore.
What is a destiny point?
It's a get out of jail free card. Essentially, Springfield had a lot of ST Mercy moments, so in Toluca, I was like, okay guys, we need to stop this shit. This is gonna be a crueler, nastier campaign. But, to compensate, you can still invoke a mercy point at the time of your choosing. Just, you have a limited amount. So it's a way for them to tell me that, essentially, okay, listen, we're getting fucked here really hard. We're gonna get utterly screwed. Please save us, ST.
Fair enough.
And he used it on the werewolf, so I just let him get away from those.
Do not die.
Should have ratted out the whole city, to be honest.
I mean, there might be consequences for that too. During the downtime. And there might be some situations where people have to rapidly escape or die horribly from their havens, yes. So, and what's his face? Billy. Well, what would Billy want? What is on his sheet? Billy wants to build a web of influence and contacts among the vampires. I think Billy is gonna want to play the boon game as much as he can. So, that finally brings us to the Gangrel.
Oh goodness.
Papa bless.
And most of them still have their derangements.
It's fine. None of the Malkavian did not get Maxim. Then you would have been proper fucked.
Yeah. That could have been turned out really poorly if
He's
he'd
one of
gotten
the
black,
few
so.
fuckers that might be able to take an elder like you in a one-on-one combat. Not saying the chances are excellent, but he would have a chance. Maxim is well into ancillary range. So essentially, whatever you would give to the neonate -5.
And he's done a lot. I was gonna go like what, 5-10 XP maybe.
I think more because he stand up to you, if I
I'd
remember
say
correctly.
15.
I'm going with 10.
10.
Then after the debuff or before?
10 after the debuff.
10 after.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that's still enough to get something. Now, what would he be getting here?
He did come over here and is now keeper of Elysium. Maybe things to go better with his now social things.
I'm thinking expression. I'm gonna just up from 0 to 2 here.
Oh, empathy.
Yeah.
Empathy he
See
has
someone's
what?
eye.
That's a good point. He might have... Yeah, we can say that most of it has been a crash course into those things because they are kind of weak sides for him. Alright, look at this flaw. Don't tell Demi, but look at this flaw. This is why he is the way he is and why he's such a pain in the dick.
Maxim.
Yeah, don't
No.
tell him.
Okay.
That is beautiful.
I can only imagine the horror that Demi would have if he knew what that was. But I don't either, so I can't
This is
tell.
only piquing my curiosity, you fuckers.
Okay, so, what does Maxim want?
Probably to have enough power to oust Demi.
Not necessarily
Yeah,
I
at
already
this
proven my
point.
place. I've already proven myself, bitch.
Not
Yeah, Demi did prove himself to Maxim to an extent.
I think Maxim has enough intelligence politics, or he might realize what's going on. Or he might have seen crap like this before. Let's give it a roll to see how well he
Should
pieces.
I roll it?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
This
that
is
was a luck die. I thought
it's
it
a
was luck.
skill check. Maxim wants to be seneschal and
Seneschal.
to ensure Halfdan becomes prince. I think at this point Maxim's just gonna go, okay, you're a real gangrel after all. Let's throw this Ventru cunt out. Maxim sees himself as your right-hand man. That's his rightful place. That's where he belongs.
Once again, same thing as fucking Andy. 1 point he's a dick. 1 point he isn't. Fucking choose.
He has his own point of view.
Well, from my perspective, Maxim is a fucking asshole at times.
From my point of view.
Only the Ventru deal in absolutes.
Isn't that an absolute in of itself? Cunt. There we go.
Kenzia.
She literally came into the city like what, last night?
No, it's been a few nights, but she had a...
Crash course.
She didn't really socialize as far as I know.
She's probably talked with some of the younger ones, but she's been very careful around older vampires after what the Malkavian did to her.
Also, another thing to note, she is a foreigner, so she could get some experience just from learning a lot of how new things work.
If she had been here all along, she might get as many as 20 as intense as her time here has been, but we're gonna have it to a 10.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh right, she has that fucking flaw. Oh, that could have turned out so much more horrible than it did for her too. Oh Christ. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's a lot of gangrel.
I think
Yeah, I think.
I think her desire to just fuck off from and stay away from vampire society and be safe would manifest as her finally developing Protean 3.
Yeah.
And then she can, do the earth melting. What would she want? Would she want to stay here?
Does anybody really want to stay here?
This is probably one of her first stops after getting off the island, and she's starting to hear a lot of horror stories and about how elders here are not as bad as elsewhere. So I think she might be too scared to leave at this point.
Goodness.
So yeah, I think she would stay. I think she would want to look for safety in some form.
Hide in the swamp.
No, I think she wants to find vampire allies from among the neonates to form a coterie. Just that's flat out her thing. She wants to be part of a coterie, so she has people to stand up for her.
Fair enough.
That's cute.
It's too dangerous to go alone in this fucking city.
I would advise every vampire, especially elders.
Okay, so Francis. Oh, take a look at these wonderful flaws. Francis has seen a lot of shit, so we're gonna say another 10 XP, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
And given that he has certain things that he would want to do because of said flaws, we're just gonna put it into fortitude, and we're gonna write down that he wants to be the next prince.
Excuse me?
I mean, clearly he's better than you. You can't hear
Indeed.
the blood sing to you.
He's crazy!
He's got all specs.
Not necessarily, but he met an elder Malkavian, so that's almost as good.
Demi, this is why you don't associate too much with Malk.
No, I didn't fucking associate too much with Malk. Malk's
Yes,
associated
you.
me too much.
Malk's literally crawling to his bed. I'm not associating with them too much.
You're delusional, Craft.
I am.
It's fine. He only needs to get twice his max willpower rating in needs to spend twice his max willpower rating to negate the elder's successes and, free himself of this.
Jesus fuck.
Oh my, yeah. No, I think his first downtime action is gather support for Prince Bid. Declare himself the Anarch Baron of this fucking territory.
Yes, make that happen. Outshine Demi. Attempt.
But surely, Elder, you understand that we're all meant to be equal under talented leadership. It's like...
Is this the point when he starts mass embracing people to get his numbers up?
I mean, clearly he has the wisdom, even if the elders say no, to decide who can be turned. So he might.
I
And
know
20
people.
and 20 gangrel pop up out of nowhere. What happened?
Where did they come from? Don't worry about it.
Oh fuck, most of them would be Thin Blood Stew, it would be like a Katie fucking flood.
Oh my fucking god. Hey, you should create a fucking scourge.
Yeah, I think.
Maybe.
Oh, he's more designated to be prince.
Okay, then we have Fred. Fred, who is kind of a Sneaky bitch.
War-loving sneaky bitch. Legit stormtrooper.
Little bit stormtrooper, maybe. So, first of all, how much XP? 10?
Yeah, I think 10.
I don't know, I feel 5.
He has been... You're just getting less generous because you already given some good rewards to someone. He's... If we're gonna be consistent, he's been there for a lot of shit. And he's probably helped maintain your territory.
I guess that's fair.
So... he's sneaking around vampires now. I think we just gave him a 5th dot of stealth.
Geek.
We could trade it in for obfuscate.
He might be considering it, but he sucks at talking to people. And if he does ask for obfuscate, he's probably gonna ask it through Halfdan, honestly, to see if he can ask the Malks if someone's willing to teach him.
Fair enough.
Other than that, streetwise doesn't really make sense.
Perception, maybe? Or alertness? If he's sneaking around?
He only has 2 left. He was a bare 0 XP neonate when he started.
Oh.
He's green as fuck. He doesn't even have his claws yet.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I know. Lars, I think investigation maybe, but I think we're gonna save this, honestly.
Yeah, he needs his claws. Thank you very much.
You could teach him some gangrel lore.
I mean, I was planning to do that. To about everybody.
You can try and spend a downtime action to try and advance an NPC in some way.
Oh, I wasn't thinking NPC. I was thinking legit holding a sort of gathering and then talking gangrel lore and singing and having fun.
That would generally be... It might justify them taking it with XP, but it wouldn't give them free points, essentially.
Yeah, no.
But if you intensively train someone, if you're way ahead of them in XP, you could theoretically advance like a scrub by a dot of discipline or give them some ability or something.
It's mostly just sending messages so they remember something but not fully know it, in a sense. You know.
This is this kind of gangrel domain. Tremere Chopper rolls in for fucking subjects. They finally found a gathering spot. William's just watching from outside the circle because it's still Elysium. Slowly drops something like, the fuck? Why wasn't I informed?
And they probably made like a scarecrow version of William to put in the fire.
There's an obfuscated Tremere pretending to be William. The only one clearly visible, William. Yes, grab that one. Gargoyles, bitches. Frame it all on William. 2 birds, 1 stone. So, what would Fred want? Wants to prove he's a badass, I think.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Prove he's a gangrel.
Then we have Frank.
Frank has literally been in shit.
Frank is shit, I think.
I think 15 goes from her 20.
20.
Yeah,
He literally got fucked.
at least 20. He might push it towards the edge of 20, but we're not gonna go over for this because we're gonna be advancing people with time as well. But yeah, it's... Fuck. Just... Shit.
I mean, just look at his picture. This guy, you know
He's hell.
trouble.
Help pretty bad.
What does he have for shiny new derangements? Oh...
Shiny things. Shiny, shiny mine.
Oh, I fucking know what he would do.
Is he gonna go after the region again?
No.
Again.
Again?
That was Archie who went after them.
No, he
Frank did as well.
Not
Let
to
me.
kill, mostly just to threaten his ass.
When True have Dominate and Presence that Gangrel don't have, that's less good. Do any fuckers here have anything? Oh, he wouldn't go to those fuckers.
Probably Toido he'll go after.
He might go for Maxim, honestly.
Or dominate in presence.
He doesn't want Dominate and Presence. I'm looking for what he would get to. How would he fuck with people if he wanted to fuck with people? Oh.
Celebrity.
No, he would go to the Nosferatu Primogen. Because the Nosferatu are famous for being able to fuck with people. What do the Nosferatu have in exchange for a boon? Oh, that is.
Oh god, no.
And he used to be a carpenter.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus used to be a carpenter too.
Didn't Jesus make rope?
Yeah,
No,
he used to be a
Jesus was a
carpenter.
carpenter. He's
Like his father. Yeah.
Oh, right, no, Jesus broke rope in half. My bad.
With potent.
Jesus strong.
Let's see.
Jesus could also walk in water. So,
With thaumaturgy.
yeah, exactly. Thaumaturgy. No. Second prayer.
That doesn't really help. I think he might get Obfuscate here.
That's true.
Yeah,
Would he want one or two?
he might want to, but the thing is, that doesn't really help against the Tremere.
That's so true.
What does he have?
Does he have information about the gangrel they can switch?
People literally saw Maxim use some of his powers in Elysium is the thing.
Yeah.
So they know he has like celerity, etc.
Okay.
I'm just looking at the multiple personalities and going, oh, what would he fucking do here? Oh Christ, this is kind of...
Pretend he's intelligent?
What? What would? How much XP did you get now again?
20. You
Well-
know, I think...
Yeah, I'll stick to.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Oh.
No.
I was right.
I'm gonna give him 1 dot of an out-of-clan discipline for each of his 2 natures. Because one of them would be like, yes, humble Master Maxim, just give me the stuffs. I will do the clan proud. And then it's like, yeah, I want to show those fuckers what's up. Teach me, bitch.
He walks out of the room. Raise the flag of rebellion!
Now you say that.
Dear God. Demi. God.
Sort out your gangrel, mate, Demi.
God.
I mean, they're all crazy, but I still love them in my heart.
You need to shank them.
This is why we want you to get shanked.
Frank, minor boon to Maxim. Because Frank is a gangrel and he wants it for the good of the clan, and well, Maxim might even forgive that boon at some point, but that's like a, you know what, it's no big deal kind of thing.
You just pretend to forget it. That's it.
Nosferatu don't have boons on this list yet, so Sferatu, moderate from Frank to Michelle for taking away valuable sneaking time. There we go. I mean, it's looked like the Gangrel are racking up a little bit of debt now that we're looking at them.
Yep. Nosferatu's favorite clients.
Frank wants to piss on William's lawn. Wants to piss on Alan's lawn.
I mean, I don't think he can enter the Chantry grounds. I don't think he can piss on that lawn.
Frank wants to
Depends
join.
on how high he's standing and how much blood he spent.
Oh god.
Gargoyle comes in. Regent. There's a gangrel on neighboring building. He appears to be pissing on the chantry.
Frank wants to join the new Princeton bid.
Hell, he might.
Kristen. Kristen is new, and Kristen's been around but semi-passively. And Kristen probably has been...
I don't even know if she's alive. I swear to God.
I only remember.
I remember saying, hey, we got Venetian Isles. We need somebody over there. And I remember you telling me she went over there, and I never saw her again.
She might be still hanging out around there.
5 XP?
No, 10, I think.
I think 10.
Yeah, 10.
She has been hanging out with mortals, and she does have a few useful contacts as a result, so she hasn't really been sitting on her ass
fair enough.
necessarily. First dot of empathy, dot of expression for 5 of those, since she has been talking. And that leaves us with 5 more. Well, she has been on Venetian Isles.
Oh, maybe?
So let's give her a 3rd dot of stealth. Because funnily enough, that might be necessary. And let's roll her stealth rating. Okay, so she's still alive, Demi, don't worry. Let's see, Kristen. Kristen wants to convince someone to do something about the werewolves. Because dodging those is, like, not okay, and while blushing up and singing into the ground to disperse the worm taint, etc., might throw them off the scent on occasion. You can only get lucky so many times. Which brings us to Archie.
Archie's done a lot of shit.
A lot.
So,
Yeah.
I'm thinking 15 since he is in the Ancilla bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15.
Just take a look at this nature on stream.
Oh my
Fuck, I forgot what his nature was.
And then take a look at his wonderful derangements.
Oh, lordy lord. This is gonna be a trippy ride, kids.
Wait, what happened to Archie?
He met an elder Malkavian like 3 of the Gangrel did.
They were having
How
a
many
party.
times did they meet?
Once.
Once is enough.
What did he do to the elder?
At least Dementation 5, if not higher. He had
What
at
did
least...
Archie do to deserve this?
Yeah.
He
In
was-
the wrong place, the wrong time.
A bit too rude. Archie has shit perception, so he did not realize that the hobo was not in fact a cative scrub.
Dear God.
Okay.
So yeah, wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh,
I
damn
think
it.
Archie's
damn it.
been doing and Protein 4 or Fortitude 4 makes sense to me here.
Hmm.
I think Protein 4 because he's getting closer to his animal nature anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he did
Yeah.
fancy at Elysium.
He's gonna frenzy a lot. He has hysteria and paranoia, so whenever someone looks at him funny, he gets
How many
Maybe.
animal features do they have right now?
not many, but it's gonna
What?
climb rapidly. We're gonna decide after downtime depending on how well they manage him.
There will be a point when Halfdan will have to kill him due to him being uncontrollable. Okay.
So I think this is total of 92 now, and 89 gets spent because the 15 we gave him immediately gets put into Protein 4 for 2 animal forms, in fact. I might ask you, Demi, about
I
what's
think
his
we
face.
talked. I think we talked about what he would be.
Yeah, we decided he was a grizzly, but I'm gonna need to look at what we gave for your form abilities, see if maybe he gets an altered version of your
Yeah.
bear form. And I think the spare just goes into alertness 2, because having 3 dice to roll on not pissing off the Elder Malkavian accidentally is a good idea, though perhaps it's a bit too late at this point.
Who would have won out that? Who would have win? Vimian Sire or that Cadith?
Who? Torbrand?
Yeah.
Depends on if one lucky. Actually, no. Because Torbrand strikes first every single time, essentially. There would have been just a splatter of blood.
And a lot of chaos. Demon fish.
No, he might have just insta-gibbed the Malk. I can look at the Malk stats, but Torbrand fucking murders everything in the face. The Malk only had 3 fortitude. It wouldn't have been enough. If Torbrand wants you to die, Torbrand punches you and you turn into individual atoms.
Damn,
Wow.
even with his fortitude, he would have been fucked.
For those of you wondering, Torbrand has a special discipline which is kind of like a meld of celerity and auspex. And the way it works is that he can intuitively feel his body and kind of psychically home in on what the right way to move himself would be to do what he wants to do. So he can, like with Potence, get auto successes on dex rolls. And since he also has normal celerity, it becomes kind of brutal on the initiative bonuses.
Wait, does that special thing also goes for initiative?
Yes.
Only werewolves can get higher fucking initiative, dear God.
Elder Werewolf, 1-on-1, might be able to take him. The odds are not excellent, but maybe.
They need to be the legend kind.
No, rank 5 could do it.
Okay.
Child of Gaia might be able to, if they were Narun and had the Sun Spirit thing that makes them harder to hit and incidentally burns vampires. There are ways. That being said, Torbrand also has Dominate.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, they have high willpower to level, usually, when they're that high rank.
Are you sure that's gonna be enough? When, sure, you slam him in the face. His 5 fortitude soaks 5 of it. Another 6 got through. He's still standing. Now he takes his 5 celerity actions.
Yeah.
I mean, werewolves move in pack.
Yes, in theory, so that might help. But again, if you take 5 damage off of every strike, it's a lot.
Yep. it's a big deal. As we
Com-
found out that one time.
Combat with Thorbrand kind of would end up being one of those extremely short and brutal engagements
I'm
where
not
you
sure
get
why
one
we're even
chance.
talking about combat with Thorbrand. We've learned our lesson. Don't combat with Thorbrand.
Oh wait, you could point a Thorbrand as the Scourge. That'd be nice.
You know the point with it's like
Thorbrand has said he wants his domain to be legitimate. We said yes, and we never want to see him ever again. And God bless, we will respect his wishes.
Are you sure he
Yes.
doesn't want a larger domain though?
yes.
Maybe.
You know, at some point, if the Malks claim St. Anthony and get into his face, he might walk into Elysium and tell everyone he owns that now.
You cut out. Or did I cut out?
Like I said, he might at some point, if the Malks piss him off and claim St. Anthony, walk into Elysium and tell everyone that he now owns St. Anthony.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we all
fair
respect
enough.
that.
Jackal. I mean, you're not wrong necessarily. Now, what does Archie want? Archie wants... What does Archie want? Does Archie want to ravage the Tremere? Archie wants to ravage the werewolves. He has proven his superiority over the Tremere, along with the rest of the gangrel, of course, helping him at this point. So now he's gonna want to ravage the werewolves, I think. Which fits nicely with Kristen's ambitions, actually. Oh my fucking god, she's gonna be encouraging him. So Archie might die.
He goes full charge in.
I mean, I was expecting him dying with that many.
I mean, with what was used on them, they each have 5 shiny derangements for at least a while. So, then we go to the Nosferatu. Let's start with Albert. Albert's kind of a cunt. And he kind of likes to make the nastiest, not necessarily complicated, but the most painful traps imaginable to discourage people from going where they shouldn't.
I have never met this man in my life.
He is a neonate, and I'm leaning towards 10 XP, because mostly he has been trying to secure the Barons, especially with the werewolf threat. And he actually has a 5 merit for maneuvering in the sewers, so he knows...
Yeah,
He's-
10 XP.
Yeah, 10 XP.
So,
He needs to have it because he's near the bloody werewolves.
well, we're gonna say that 6 of that goes into upping his craft to 4 at this point, because he's been practicing in it a lot. And alertness. We're gonna up alertness to 3 as well. What does he want?
To get more boons over people.
No, that might be what Michelle wants. Albert wants to lure a werewolf into his traps. That's his ambition. He wants to see what happens when one of them gets into one of the pits. That's his dream in life.
It would be funny if he actually tripped in his own traps.
Unlikely to happen, though. With his excellent navigation. Sergio here. Well, Sergio's another neonate, but he's a neonate that's very good at stabbing things and apparently pretty likable. And good at subterfuge too. Not so much leadership, but Sergio's been maintaining a domain and trying to secure it, but he hasn't been doing that much. I think he would get a 5. But if he has been establishing domain, he might have been working with animals. Does he have animal can? No? Well, let's not bother with that. Let's up his perception by 1 and his stealth by 1. And what does Sergio want? Sergio wants to get into high society and then do the most disgusting thing possible, like pouring a bottle of sewage, clear sewage mind you, into the champagne fountain while no one's looking.
Oh, God, that's gonna piss off all the toys.
He has a dream. It fits with his nature. There are reasons.
All the fabulous things, all ruined.
Okay, Michelle. Michelle's an ancilla, but Michelle has been doing a lot of things, so I'm thinking 10, even with the debuff maybe.
She'll probably want to get a replacement for the Nosferatu who was lost.
I mean, shit happens when you're taking over. So,
Fair enough.
but yeah, I mean, she has been asking for embrace rights.
She could ask for a boon from the prince to get permission. You know.
And you kind of need to have boons that you hold over people. No, she's kind of locked on the outside right now, but let's assign the XP first, because this is about what has happened. We analyze that first.
Alright.
So 10?
I think she's more active. Especially with Vimian and
Well, this would essentially be equal to 15.
yeah. Alright then. 10.
And I think a dot of empathy and leadership for 8 XP spent, which also incidentally ups her dominate. Which actually makes her mildly terrifying in a lot of ways. So, well, wants to build a good store of valuable or tradable information, I think. Because that's her main focus. There's other incidental things she would ask for given the opportunity, but it's a question of what's her main focus. Then, Toreador. Andrew.
10 XP.
He is an ancilla,
Hmm.
and he has been in the middle of a lot of stuff. 10 is not unreasonable, honestly.
Yeah, it's not unreasonable.
Awareness doesn't really make sense, but upping Auspex might. Actually, given what he does, I think I'm gonna give him Presence 3.
Yeah, either that or self-control.
He has 4. He's good on self-control. And what does Andrew want? That's the guest list.
Consolidation of Toreador power?
There's nothing to consolidate there, they're both cunts.
Fair enough.
Wants to establish himself as a man of culture and as a social force. Also a businessman. There. That's good for him. Then we have Derek. Derek's a neonate, so even though he hasn't been on a lot, I think 15 is justified because there were some learnable moments there. A lot of them, in fact.
Yeah, especially with werewolves. him being sent to the werewolves and him frenzying in a party.
I mean, shit happens.
On the phone call, hey, you're gonna be taken to the wolves.
The fuck? Why are you always being weird when I come around?
The only thing he feels sorry was about was his suit. It's all messy.
Let us give him a second auto intelligence because I think by God he's fucking earned it.
Oh god, I think he's got it. Werewolves are bad. I think he's got it.
So who are we talking about?
Derek. And I think a 4 dot of etiquette because he had to do a lot of sucking up. And I think he learned a lot about the spirit behind celerity, namely run fast, run like a little bitch. So a second dot of celerity makes sense to me. Also,
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Second dot of drive with the last 2. There.
Yep. Definitely sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Demi fucked off at some point.
He just fucked off. Like seconds ago.
So what does Derek want?
To not talk with the werewolves ever.
Derek wants to prove himself as a competent diplomat. I think. Because he never got his chance.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that is true.
that is true.
That's true. Time to send him to the next city over.
Marcella's still a neonate, if barely, so I think she has been trying to build up her own business. She does have status. I think 10.
Yeah, I think 10. Also remember she owes her debt to Virion.
Yes, just not specifically agreed upon. If Epic just chooses to forget it, that's fine. There can be undocumented boons. I'm gonna... that would cost 4, not 6. Third out of finance, because she has been working that. Other than that, I 4 dot of performance, because she has been working that. Does have presence 4 though. Not complete cunt. Even sucky vampires eventually get mildly good. And what does Marcella want? I don't think, yeah. Marcella just wants to pursue her art, such as it is. Because of her nature. And we're gonna split it here before moving on to the Tremere and the Bruja.
Do they even have guilds in